This boy, I've been this boy, finest.
I usually like to start with the intro, so introductions are girly, but this context is necessary. Mikhalé Jones is the first person who was invited onto this podcast before I took the necessary steps to make it a podcast, and she's here. It's full circle.
Finally. Congratulations, Mama. So excited for you.
Thank you. So to intro this beautiful lady over here, today in the living room we have an all-rounder, a musical artist, a dancer, and as of recently a victorious reality TV star.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I don't know if she identifies as this, but she is low-key a cinematographer, a tenured YouTuber, and a social media butterfly. Salmon nominated, millions of likes on TikTok. She is a versatile, sassy, jazzy, R&B girly with academics to back up experience. Someone I sincerely look up to for her unmatched self-sufficiency and a macaplon attitude. King Mikhalé motherfucking Jones, welcome to the good stuff.
That is an insane intro, dude. Let me see that cue card.
You're insane. You can keep this if you like.
So lovely. What the hell, bro?
What, you fact checking?
No, man. Like, you put it all together. This is the first time I hear everything I've done all together.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you feel like I captured everything.
You really did. Because, like, we usually stop at, like, Mikhalé Jones, singer, songwriter, dancer, content creator. Done. Like, you went all the way in.
Yeah, I don't really like being, just like touching on these things. This is why you're here, I feel like people need to know your full story, to be able to now engage with different parts of the story and actually engage with the journey, because
It's sitting against.
Yeah.
There you go, like that.
Sorry. We good?
We good.
Okay, thank you. That's 80. Aiden, producer, fourth wall broken. For anyone who's listening for the first time, my name is Miley Sinus. I am Avala Glava's twin sister.
The Miley Sinus, bro.
Thank you. Now you know why I had to do it. Like, I had
That's
to
a good
do that.
one.
I've been sitting on that one for the past 24 hours, sharing it with anyone who will listen to me. So yeah, like, I think the essence of these chats is really to highlight people that I'm already inspired by and whose journeys I just really have loved witnessing and being a part of. But also, you must start at like where you are now, taking everything in. But there was a journey.
Yes.
You weren't always this Mikhalé Jones, right?
Yeah, facts.
So it took a while.
Facts.
And
wait, when did you first actually get introduced to me? What was the first thing you seen?
I think it was when you released your debut project.
Okay, so you know that version of me.
Yeah, and the thing is, I've been following you on social media like a lot longer than like I'd known you and interacted with you. I think we met for the first time at the She Speaks thing.
Yes, the songwriting thing.
Yeah, the songwriting camp from Universal Music.
Yeah.
And that's when we interacted. But like, I'd been following you and knew you as like this big shot person.
Love it.
Like, oh my gosh, she's actually like really nice. She's not just a big shot person.
Yeah.
Because you know how like in your head you're like,
It's very interesting because like that's your first that was your first time seeing Mikhalé Jones. So debut. It is what it is. And I don't identify with that person anymore. Maybe in the time that it was released, yes. But if I look back, there's a reason why I feel like even in that phase, I didn't completely identify with it. But that's a whole nother chat.
hey, we're here to chat.
Facts.
So get into it as you're comfortable. Whatever comes to you is the right thing to get into,
So actually on my way in, I was also thinking about like, there's a lot that I would say if it is that you have questions for me. But at the same time, I'm scared to say a lot of these things because I am going to have to be vulnerable about a lot of things and admit to a lot of the mistakes I also made minus label stuff. So Let's get into it.
Look, we're human. We make mistakes.
Yeah.
And that's the only way that other people can also know that like they can be courageous enough to learn from their mistakes.
Yeah.
Because yeah, dude, people who don't admit that they make mistakes are not really fun to be around, like as human beings, and not long term. And here we're trying to build long term sustainable things.
But that's why you and I actually connected the first night we met. Was because we didn't just have a surface level conversation. You and I ended up speaking. I don't even remember what we spoke about, but we actually went into depth with whatever we were speaking about.
Yeah, I remember that. Like we were sitting in between the rooms, like we weren't in any studio session at that time. And then we went and made a banger that you didn't believe in. You didn't believe in it, but you laid such a hard verse.
They took the verse off, Ava.
To be fair, there was like 9 people and I was mad at the fact that they took your verse off. But it's also like, I think one thing I realized in that camp and in that room is that like if you stood by your verse, it wasn't going to get removed.
Yeah.
You were like, this isn't my vibe. You were rapping hard. Now people know you and they know you rap as well and you rap hard. But
I think that's my biggest downfall in general, eh? Is like stepping into studio and always being like, what do you think? Instead of being like, I don't care what you think. What I produce is fire.
exactly.
That is one of my weaknesses. I'm trying to still overcome that. And that's wild because how long have you been doing this for?
I think it's any weakness you recognize in yourself is obviously not that much of a problem.
True.
Right? Like the weaknesses you don't notice in yourself are probably a bigger problem.
Facts.
But you're also working towards it. You're conscious of it. So like
Yes.
every time you're in studio, now you're not like blind to the fact of just going with whatever the flow is or whatever someone who may have more streams than you thinks. Oh, by the way, these dogs, they were always here. Okay, she doesn't belong to us. Let me just do an intro. This is Angel.
Hi, Angel.
Oh, sorry. Let me put you back.
Shame.
This is Perry. You might know her. She's my dog. And she's here.
Man.
And there's another one here. But you'll not camera shy, this family. She inherits that from me. You know, an accolade that is often overlooked is the Cat's Whiskers Championships of 2006.
What? What? Explain. What?
On the real, you've been a dancer a lot longer than you've been a musical artist. What is something that dancing has taught you that has inspired your music?
So if you actually listen to my music specifically now in the phase also that I'm in now, rhythm. So that's what I took from dancing and moved over into in my music and anything that I've done actually. And even with me learning instruments, it was rhythm. From dance, moved it into playing drums. From dance, also in the music that I do, it's very much boppy. I like stuff that make you do that with the head. So I think that's what dance did for me, but also that dance also then helps in terms of me being a performer. So now I'm standing on stage and I'm not just standing on stage. I'm actually moving. I know how to, and I'd like to say it. I'm going to say it. I think I am, no, I'm not. In R&B as a female, I do think I'm one of the best R&B performers in South Africa.
I think you are.
I do not get that recognition, but it's because I haven't been on the platforms that I guess would acclaim that eventually. But because I'm a dancer, my stage presence is top tier because of being a dancer.
Absolutely. It's something that I've just noticed from getting more into dancing and at an older age, like having music and then getting into dancing, is that your observation of your own music and the production that is behind it just changes. Your relationship with every beat, where it hits, all of those things changes. So especially in a genre like R&B where dancing isn't required, going above and beyond and putting a lot of movement and extra feeling into such a feely genre sets you apart.
So dance equals movement in my mind, right? And once you finally get comfortable with your body and what it feels like, it translates in everything in terms of performance. So even if it is that I'm going to do a still performance and maybe just do 2 or 3 movements here and there, I'm so comfortable in my body that when I do that, I don't hesitate. to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what dance does. It also connects you to self, which helps with performance.
It's so true.
Facts.
It's more than just coordination.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
not being too in your own head about whether I've done this 4 times already. Like that whole thing of like being ultra aware. I'm repeating movements. Like every movement you make, it's kind of just like, it's just an extension of you. And because you also have a vocabulary of movements, which is like how I look at it. It's like, you know, different moves, so you can move seamlessly between them. And like it's just one integrated act.
Do you know, Doja Cat actually did something that I thought was so beautiful, because it's not dancing, but it would be considered choreography. I don't know, I think it was at one of the awards where, you know, all the ladies covered in blood, you know, that look that she does.
The Scarlet vibes.
Yes. So she literally just did, like, you know when a rapper raps, the hand movements and whatnot? But literally everybody is doing the same thing as her. And I'm just like, that's movement.
Yes.
That is insane to me, bro. And that for me is performance. It doesn't have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 step, kick, turn, twirl, hip dip. No. It literally can just be the hand moving. And now if I have 5 people doing the hand moving, that's dance.
No,
that's
it's so
choreography.
true. And there's even in hip hop and in rap, especially among male rappers, like they're not necessarily known for dancing being the performance aspect, right? But some of the best rappers are some of the best performers because they understand movement.
There we go.
And it's not because they have choreo. It's just like you can tell something that is not a serious performance or an experience, rather. Like you can be standing there and saying the stuff and like,
Yeah.
like, and like the person who's giving 100% of their energy, that's an experience.
Yes.
You can remain focused on it and kind of take in the whole thing. There's a real difference.
Yeah.
And you can tell when someone came prepared to do something.
Exactly. And I love being seen as that person.
I love that. So preparation and movement.
Yes.
Love it. You're very good at sharing your music, whether it's finished, unfinished, never planning on being released.
My favorite thing to do.
I think that you should really get your credits for that, because I think it's one of the easiest things for artists to not do and neglect doing, myself included. What made you start prioritizing releasing music with your audience in that context?
It creates like a personal relationship. It creates I just finished this amazing piece. I want you to hear it before it becomes part of the world. So share this with me. Even though, 47,000 followers, there's not a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
Compared to 7 billion, how many people are in the world? 7?
You counting like that. I feel like that's going to be discouraging for so many people.
Fair enough.
Like, I count streams and listeners like one by one. I'm like, if you put these people in a room, dude, you know, you need
Facts.
a stadium for 47,000 people.
Facts. Okay, fine.
You need FNB.
But still, for me, that's like, it's my personal people. The 47,000 people are the people I keep close because they are literally with me every day because they're on the social. So if I wake up and I'm in my bonnet and I'm in bed just speaking about some random thing that happened to me yesterday, it's personal. You get to see that because you're part of the 47,000 people. So yeah, that's why I do what I do, because it creates a community amongst my supporters and myself when it comes to the music, when it comes to anything that I am working on, even outside of music, like a little business that I might be starting.
Oh.
But yeah, that's
You
why
have been up to 2 days ago, and your stories, you were just putting so many things together, and I was like, what is this time lapse? Like, what are you actually building? Because there were so many things moving, and there was so much just happening.
So you see how you explained like how you finally came to doing this podcast?
Yeah.
I'm at that stage now. It's like the idea is there.
Yeah.
Like I kind of know what I want to do, but like I still need to put so many things together to actually start this thing. So I'm in that phase.
Okay. I hear you. Well, it's a beautiful phase to be in.
Scary
Don't
too.
get stuck in it.
No.
But I don't peg you as someone who gets stuck in things. Like,
True.
Like
I find a way eventually.
You move.
Facts.
But even in how you responded to that question, it just feels very organic with how you share yourself with your audience.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it's hard to learn that behavior or to like learn to kind of approach your you know, however many followers you have as like this community. And I don't know, like it feels very organic with you.
It didn't start that way though. In the beginning, I was doing that because I don't have a lot of friends. Chilling at home, I lived on a farm, so I was very secluded. I was by myself, and the thing that I loved doing was just putting the camera up and speaking to camera, dancing to camera, singing to camera, whatever it is. The camera was my friend. That's where that started. And then eventually people started saying, thank you so much for always being so authentic, like you literally just said. Thank you so much for being so real with me. And I was like, oh, that's what this is for you guys. That's not what it was for me. It was a little diary entry for me at first, but okay. Now I understand that that's actually what that does when I do a preview or this is what I'm doing in studio today. Yeah.
I really like that. It's very true to you. Like either way, you were treating it like a video journal, right? And I think that's where a lot of people anyone who listening to this, who may try to mimic what you've done or kind of take that blueprint and apply it to themselves, they'll miss the part that you were doing this for yourself and not doing this to build a community.
Facts.
Not doing this to engage with the person who's watching this. You're doing this for the camera. It's like it's an interpersonal thing. You and the camera, right? Hence, low-key cinematographer. Because girl's been in her bag. And who's calling me? Oh my God, it's probably spam. I don't have friends who call me.
Ma'am.
They're all here.
Yeah.
So, excuse me, guys. I'm so sinusy.
It's okay.
You know?
No.
Thank you.
Yeah, don't worry about
No, I
it.
actually really appreciate you being okay with it.
No, that makes no difference, bro.
Yeah,
it's
thank
fine.
you. Thank you. I'm choosing to think about it this way. Some people might be into it. Like,
Facts.
they're like, this sounds different.
Don't you like the way you sound when you sing, when your nose is blocked?
Definitely.
I love it as well. It's my favorite type.
I think like for audio and talking, there's a few letters that kind of sound.
Point taken.
I don't know who this is. Should I take it? Let's do it. Hello?
Hi, ma'am. I'm looking for Tyler.
It's not Taylor's phone. I'm so sorry.
Oh, Taylor. Is he not currently around?
No, this isn't his line.
Oh, okay. Do you maybe have alternative number?
Sorry, man. I'm busy right now.
Okay, sorry?
I'm busy right now. Can we do this later? You can call me after 4.
After 4.
Yes, please.
Okay, no
Thank you. Bye. Guys, I don't know what it is that, like, we gave my number for Taylor for something. I think it's Telcom. They keep calling. I don't know what it's about or why. I thought it might be funnier if I did take the call.
Oh, wow.
Now it's just awkward. Going back to this way of sharing music, which I really dig. You did it with your single Be Like Me.
I did.
I think, I quote, another episode of songs that won't become songs.
Have so many of those.
You had no intention of releasing it.
Yes.
What happened?
So the reason I had no intention of releasing it because it's very bubblegummy. It's not like any of the other music I make, any songs I make. And also I'm rapping. I'm not singing.
Yeah, and I know you're more critical of yourself rapping in general.
Yeah, because I don't consider myself a rapper.
Yeah, but you versatile.
True.
Jazzy, R&B girly.
So yeah, that's why I actually said no. I'm not gonna release this thing. But it felt like a fun internet song. I was like, cool, then let's put it on the internet. And if they like it, then maybe I could release it at a later stage. But also when I did release it as an unreleased song, that was a YouTube beat still. So I'm like, I can't exactly release that.
Oh, crazy.
Yes.
Oh, backstory. I love it.
So that was just I found something on YouTube. I was like, cool, let's be sassy because something happened prior. And I wanted to write a diss track for somebody that doesn't even know I wrote a diss track about them.
Love it.
But anyway.
Don't have artists as your friends.
Do
when
not.
You're alive.
I literally had an album back in the day called Don't Date the Artist. Because you will get bored. Anyway. So, yeah, that's why Be Like Me was a unreleased thing and I wanted it just to be an internet song. Because I was like, this isn't me entirely. It is me having fun for sure. And then once the competition happened and throughout the competition, I actually was doing rap. I was doing the rap part of me more in the competition than I was the singing part of me. But that's also another story on its own because I was like, the only reason why I did the rap thing was because I was scared to do the singing thing. Because when it's live and I have to do things on the spot, I'm so nervous. I'm like, no, I'm going to mess this thing up if I sing. Just rap. Which is
crazy to me because you have like such a solid control over your voice.
No, when I'm nervous, bro. Yes, the sheep. Exactly. The sheep vibrato.
How do you rap confidently, nervous, but I'm rapping?
The rap,
Look
it
down.
just felt easier to do. So I was like, you know what? Since the rap thing is carrying me through this thing, let me with the final. Oh wait, I'm lying. So the final task was create a treatment on any of your unreleased songs. And I was like, Be Like Me is so catchy, first of all, even though it is far from what it is I do. Second of all, visually, it will be so easy to also put this together because I already have choreography for this. Easy. So let me just put the template together for this. And I did, won the competition. That's why perfect flippin' timing. What do you mean? The video was exactly what I wanted it to look like. Yeah, man, it just gave everything that I needed it to in terms of aesthetic and perfect, like I said, timing, because it then also helped me with the introduction of a rebrand because people knew me as a softer, heartbroken kind of girl. And now I'm just like, I'm tired of people's BS, taking my power back. These people want to be like me. Am I allowed to swear?
Yes.
These bitches want to be like me.
I introed her Mikhalé motherfucking Jones. These are her words, by the way. I wouldn't
Facts.
just normally just like just intro someone.
I'm being
throwing like
all-
motherfucking in there, just like that gently. No, hope no one notices. No, swear this is,
yeah.
babes. We control all the
BS.
rules here. I'm bullshit. Go for it. Like,
Yeah.
He's super comfortable. Perry's here for the chats. She's super used to swearing in multiple languages. So
She's loving it here.
she is.
She really is.
With the affection she's getting from you, I don't see her going anywhere. But this is like something we've already touched on, but I really have always admired the way you approach your content creation. This girl
Thank you.
records herself, like the
Yeah.
music, mind you. Then she sets up her backdrop. Then she gets her face and hair did herself. Then she sets up the camera, obviously does more than one take.
Yep.
And then she wraps up and sits and edits the videos.
Yep.
And then she posts such said videos across platforms to her audience.
DIY, baby.
Sheesh, brother.
So yes, it looks lovely. Love that people love that I can do all these things. Anxiety, bro.
My G.
What do you mean? Like setting up, like hoping that the idea is even executed the way I have it in my brain. It's like, and also the ADHD while you're doing all of these things, like setting up, is the backdrop fine? Is the camera angle perfect? Is it in focus? Also, my boyfriend doesn't know how to use a camera, so it's like, it's literally just me. He says it's in focus and it's never in focus.
I don't believe you. I don't believe people when they say they have ADHD, but somehow manage to pull all of these things together. I'm like, your ADHD looks like a superpower.
Genuinely have a breakdown every single time I'm shooting content.
Really?
Every single time. I shot something so dope the other day. Did my hair, because I'm into plaiting my hair now instead of the curls. The curls feel too friendly.
Too friendly. Jesus.
It feels girl next door. So I just wanted to add a little bit of edge in terms of how I do my hair, because I don't also want to go the wig route. Everyone does that. Still want to keep it natural. So just like add extensions to make like those long plaits. And I might add like maybe 6 plaits or 2 plaits or whatever.
Pull it back so like your eyebrows are all like shaped like that.
Yes. So I did the hair, the makeup. I did some cool outfit with some bed sheets and everything. But the putting it together on the day, I won't forget. It's like, I need to iron this, but my hair is like dripping wet still, and I need to put it in the towel, so which means I need to sit still. And I'm like, but I can't sit because I need to iron. And like, you know, that little battle now, it's like, I need to iron. No, okay, wait, I need my jewelry. It's not, okay, cool, go here. And then, dude, my brain is literally in 500 places at once. And then I need to drive myself to the venue. And I'm like, obviously in all this clothing that is kind of not comfy because it's for the picture. I'm driving in the outfit. Then you get there, then it's a matter of walking because I wanted to do it in like an open field. I was walking in this open field all the way till you get the perfect landscape place, whatever. It's just so uncomfortable the entire time until you finally see the final product and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
worth it.
And then you get 3 likes and you're like, all 3 of you are greatly appreciated.
So appreciated. No, yes, that it's hard work, dude.
No, but I think it's like, it's the point that like no one's doing it for those likes ultimately. Like you just have to be the only person who's proud of what you're making.
Yeah.
Because that itself is such a hard earned like validation to get.
I'm relearning that. I actually am relearning that because in the beginning, like I said, I was setting up the camera because it was a thing between me and the camera. Then got a little bit of a taste of being viral. Oh, so fun. Then getting signed. Oh, so fun. Get lost in the sauce. Then you start actually relying on the validation just a little. I did definitely go through that phase where I was like, oh, because I'm signed, I'm amazing. Because I have a manager, I'm amazing. And then once I let go of all those things, it's like, oh my gosh, what am I? Because now I'm not signed anymore, I'm independent. My engagement dropped on social media. Thank goodness I didn't lose the blue tick because that's also a possibility apparently.
What, you can apparently lose the
Yeah,
blue
you
tick?
can.
What?
Apparently, so
How could you get
do you know
unverified?
what is shadow banning?
Yes, I've heard of it. I think it's like...
Is it real? Do you guys know?
I think it's real, but I don't think everyone who says they're shadow banned is shadow banned.
Okay.
Like, I feel like the platform is equally mean to most people.
Fair enough.
As far as engagement goes. Like, most creatives that I speak to have had better engagement like 4 years ago than they have now, even though their audience size has grown and the quality of the content's better, they're posting more frequently.
Yeah.
I used to get more likes on my posts in the past than I do now.
Okay.
Everyone kind of experiences that, but it's easy to be like, oh, I'm shadow banned. Instagram is limiting me. Like, yes, some forms of political messaging, if you're sharing it, you might get shadow banned. Tango enters the scene. This is my mom's dog. He's old and from the streets of China. Context.
Want some love?
And he's slightly gross, but in like a lovable way. You know?
Shit.
I don't know. He's just like in a lovable way.
Maybe he's gross because he keeps on doing this.
Yeah, she's guys, these are rescued dogs, ne? And so they have different insecurities. Her insecurity manifests in seeking validation through licking. She also had a viral phase and also was signed. She's independent now as well. And so, yeah. So she seeks validation through licking. But yeah, it's not your fault when you go viral and now the dopamine has been exposed to this.
Yes.
Like,
that's exactly it. And it's like,
how else must you?
if I'm not getting at least a minimum of 10,000 views on the video, oh my gosh, I failed.
Yeah, because also now the standard is that like that's what you're capable of accomplishing.
Yes.
So now you want to accomplish that, you
Exactly.
know? She won't stop, by the way.
You know, she's really going in.
No, she's not gonna stop. I'm just telling you, you have to stop her. Or I will
Stop earlier on.
her.
Hey,
No,
she's going up to the wrist, bro.
Yeah. Any skin that's exposed, she will go for. You see how she doesn't do it with me because she knows she can't get away with doing that with me for an extended period of time.
Yeah.
Going to wearing all of these hats
Yeah.
and somehow persevering, you know, every time when you shoot with all of these variables and factors, what advice would you give to someone who's starting, who's intimidated by the prospects of doing all of these things?
Oh, I guess I'd give them the same advice I'm trying to give myself because I'm also back in the phase where I am scared to get up and do it because of not maybe achieving the things I think I should be achieving in order for me to be the artist that everyone says I am. Ooh, ADHD. What was I saying?
You will give the advice that you want to give yourself.
Okay, so the advice I'd give myself, or the advice I am giving myself, is if it scares you, do it. You can't keep running away from the thing that scares you because that is how you limit your growth. And I am in a phase where I want to grow. Maybe I'm also at that age. You get to a certain age and it's just like, I want to be a better me. And if that means doing things that I'm scared of, then do it. So I guess that's the advice I'd give somebody else as well. If it scares you, yes, it's something you want, but it scares you, do it. That's exactly why you should do it, because it's going to take you to the next level, or at least closer to the level that you're trying to reach.
Very beautiful advice. If the camera can also pick up on her earrings, the Nike swoosh that just is like saying, just do it. She's whispered that to the hoops.
Just do it.
Hoops have whispered it back to her. It's really true.
Literally.
I think of anything great that I've ever like attempted doing, anything intimidating. This. I'm scared every time I do it.
I can
You
imagine.
know? Like, doesn't get any less scary. Like, I think even after a few hundred reps or whatever, however many reps, you know, you'll still be scared. Like, and that's what people, I think,
True.
often underestimate.
No, Angel.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with, she's...
Sorry.
It's actually just hers at this point. I don't even want it next to me. There's some NSFW humping going on under this table. Do you want it over there? Okay. Next to you, huh? Please give Tango a biscuit as well. He's like grunting next to you. This is what happens when you do something at home. Life's not perfect. Start where you are.
Yes.
We are in my living room for a
Love
reason.
it.
Instead of waiting for this magical studio to appear out of nowhere. And it's also like, if you have the studio, now you're a first-time podcaster, you're sitting there like, how do I do this?
Actually, let's speak about that.
Yeah, go in. Go for it.
No, not right now. I'm off camera.
Oh, off camera.
I might have a space for you.
Okay. All right. I was like, be truthful to the camera. You've been doing this forever. Camera's your bestie. Okay, we'll chat.
Cool.
We'll chat, but for now, we're in my living room for as long as it takes.
He's taking up most of your frame at the moment.
Oh, look! Her bandana matches my lipstick.
Oh,
Perry. Her kennel's letter started with the letter P. And so myself and my boyfriend were like, what do we name her? We like hot sauce. Perry it is. Yeah, and that's her story.
that's perfect.
Yeah, that's her story. Returning to the victorious days that were recent.
Oh,
Congratulations
shout
on being
out.
crowned the winner of the first ever season of MTN Pulse Virals. Yes.
Thank
Congratulations,
you.
girl. It's a big deal.
It's so wild. Hey guys, imposter syndrome is such a thing, man. Because like everything you've been speaking about, everything you've mentioned so far, I'm just like, is it really that big of a deal? And I say that to a lot of people. Like the fact that you say, oh, you shoot all your content, and then to you it's amazing. To me, it's like,
But that's because we're so close to what we make, you know?
True.
Like,
True.
you are always with yourself, so you have no perspective on, like, when you're doing something objectively crazy and great and, like, what it looks. And plus, before you were winning, it was the craziest thing.
yeah.
Now that you've won it, you're like, oh, well, I haven't changed as a person. I am still
me.
me. And I think that's what we expect. We expect accolades to change us, but they don't. I don't think Tyler feels different now that she has a Grammy to her name. She knows she has the same skill set, right? Like she knows she went into it the same person.
True.
Like you have this, as far as the world sees you differently.
Yeah.
Yes, the world does see you differently with accolades, but you and your experience of yourself and how your mama knows you and how your boyfriend knows you on a cranky day, that all stays the same.
Stays the same.
That shit is, that doesn't change. Be like, Tree, put some respect on my name. I won the first season of MTN Pulse Virals.
Yeah,
That wouldn't get you far in your real life.
But it was a beautiful experience for sure. I'd definitely do it all over again. So we were not trapped. I say trapped. We were trapped in our house for 6 days. No, we were locked up in our house for 6 days. Same thing.
Is there a reason you have an aversion to the adjective trapped?
Because we weren't like allowed to go anywhere unless they were taking us somewhere.
Like literally.
Yeah, we were in the house shooting Monday to Sunday, Friday,
One
Saturday.
week you had to pack for like the whole week.
Yes. So we packed for the whole week. But obviously, if you were eliminated 2 days into the competition, you went home.
Oh,
Yeah. So
sorry.
no problem. So every day was a new challenge. You literally would wake up at 5 a.m., get straight into makeup, do your own hair if you wanted to do. I'm not gonna lie, I brought my own makeup case that day because I just knew that if we are 8 people in the house and majority is girls, I'm not trying to wait, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do my own face. Sweet. So
Winning mentality.
so I did my own makeup, did my own hair as well. And we would go for breakfast, I think by 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Crew would start pulling up by 6. 7 o'clock, breakfast, and then would start the first, like, half of the shoot would be, okay, this is what the challenge is for today. So everyone would sit down in the lounge. You get told what your challenge is on camera. So anxiety, right, through the entire day. Because
Because so many unpredictable things.
Exactly.
The whole day is just going to be unpredictable.
The entire day is unpredictable. So you get your challenge. And then the nice part is if they did say, okay, no, I lie. If they said that you have 30 minutes to complete a task, you actually did only have 30 minutes to complete a task. But we kind of cheated the system here and there because sometimes they would say, you have 30 minutes to complete the task. And then they shoot that 30 minutes and then the cameras are off and they're like, go for your lunch break now. And I'm like, some people in the lunch breaks are like, no, I'm gonna continue. Or if it's like a writing task, for instance, they continue writing. And then only after lunch, they'll shoot the presentation of it. So yeah, man, that was Monday to Saturday. Every day a new challenge. Every day you're on your toes, trying to think like, am I gonna write a song today? Oh shucks, we're not writing music today. Today we're in a club. Oh my gosh, I need to fill up a club. That's not my weakness. How am I going to work around this today? And then tomorrow it's what was the other challenges? They give you a random word and now you need to, this word needs to relate back to who you are as an individual, and you need to present it as if you're presenting it to your audience at a stadium, but you're telling the people your backstory with that word you were given. Oh my gosh, in 30 minutes.
Who created this challenge also? It's very, very like deep level thinking.
Yes, dude.
Big brain time.
That was actually the first challenge they gave us. I was like,
What?
okay.
And you're like, is this where all of them are gonna go? Like, is that all the challenges are gonna be?
Scared me just a little. What was the other challenges? There was another challenge, the music video one, which was the final challenge.
What was the hardest one for you?
The hardest one for me was, I actually cried that day even, was filling up the club. So you had to get as many people on your guest list. We were told literally Thursday morning to get people in the club Thursday evening. Yes.
The same club.
So, dude. So we're told you're not allowed to post on social media at all. So you can't even put a poster out to get your followers to pull through.
So you can't leverage your platform?
Nope.
Okay, because that would be unequal for different people.
True.
Sure.
So we were only given SMS and phone calls, but they also gave us leeway in terms of using WhatsApp. So I said, okay, that's fine. And we had to get as many people on our guest list as possible, and the person with the least on their guest list got sent home that night.
By guest list, do you mean people who actually pitch up or just people?
People that actually pitch up.
Yo, that's a hard one.
My boy.
So actually then, it's like, what kind of rapport do you have with
Yes.
people
Yes.
where they're willing to show up for you like that?
That scares me because that's also being
terrifying.
vulnerable, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Let's see who my people
I'm not
are.
a night owl. I'm so glad you didn't call me. Because I would have been like, I'm in bed at 9. Like, what do you mean?
Dude, it was so
and it's not
scary.
even from like not wanting to show up. It's just like, yo,
I
live far.
I actually did have a friend pull up in PJs.
Yo, nice, respect.
Right?
Keep that friend.
Forever.
That's a friend.
He pulled up in PJs because I kind of also cheated the system, and I was like, even if you don't walk into the club, just walk to the door and say, hi, my name is, I'm here for, and then go home.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Like, just meet me halfway
That's
at
actually
least.
really great.
And that actually worked for me because he came in PJs. He's like, I'm literally putting my name on and I'm leaving. I said,
That's solid.
perfect.
That's solid because you still had to show up
Exactly.
and do the thing.
He still had to drive all the way to Santon. I think it was Live, the club.
Who had, everything good? Who had the most people on their guest list?
I think it was Lisa Lay. She had about 30, 36 or 37, somewhere in the 30s. But yeah, when I seen her list, I was like, but it makes sense because she's such a bubbly, inviting, like kumbaya kind of girl. And it like made sense that she had the most. And I'm just like, I'm awkward with people, bro. Like the people who are close to me are my people, and that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't have like a lot of acquaintances. I just have a lot of people that know me and I know them. and that circle is as far as it goes. I can't.
Do you mean like a super close-knit group of people that like you know well? Like
Yes.
I know everything about you and everything. I feel the same. And like one of my really close friends would tell me, you have so many friends. And I'm like, bro,
You don't
industry
know
people
nothing.
who don't even like
Yeah.
like I wouldn't count those people as friends. They're great acquaintances.
Yes.
And they show me love and I show them love as creatives.
Yes.
But they wouldn't come to my baby shower or whatever the fuck it is.
Yes,
Like, you know?
exactly.
Like, I wouldn't try filling up like anything intimate about my life with people like that because they wouldn't show up.
Yes,
We don't have
exactly.
rapport like that.
And that's why I was so
not that person to
anxious,
them.
bro. Because that same thought running in my head. I'm like, I know a lot of people,
Yeah.
but I know these people aren't going to show up, even if I am to ask. But I know this handful of people are going to show up. So I'm going to beg and plead that they have people that
Auntie,
they close to. Literally had my mom in the club, dude. Had my mom and my baby brother in the club.
Bro, you have to. Like, you must go for your, like, they didn't say who must show
They
up.
didn't say who. I had some under. I do not support underage clubbing, but I did have.
But I respect it.
But I definitely had. I think he's 17 or 16. Yeah, in the club.
Hey,
that
this
night.
is like a really cool story for your first time in the club. Be like, yeah, I went to go show my homegirl support. Yeah. And then she won the thing.
Yep.
So at least it wasn't all for nothing.
I mean, the amount of people I had on my list, I think it was only 12 that I brought myself. Then my mother decided, this chickie, okay, my mom's also very competitive. She was like, this girl has so many people here. How can I help this child get more? My mom literally went to go get car guards. The security guy standing at the boom gate. There's like 2 clubs next to Liv. So she went in those clubs like, yo, I know you're here at this club, but like, just come, put your name on the guest list, and then come back here. She literally got me like 10 or 11 extra more people.
Mama is a killer at this.
Exactly.
What the hell? Like, she needs to get recruited by like the best promo company in the world. Pulling someone out of a club, taking them to a competitor. Yo, dude, I don't have that kind of persuasion skills.
Yep.
I would definitely take a master class your mom's teaching any day.
Yeah, no, she pulled through for me
To have that kind of skill, that's beautiful.
Yeah, she pulled
That's
through.
beautiful.
So yeah, I think I had about 26 people or 23 people pull up for me on my guest list. So I made it, yay.
All the car guards and other people. I love that. That's actually really cute, man. That's precious. Underage kids, car guards, family.
That's why I cried like such a baby that day, because the relationship I have with my mother is, it's weird, but it's good. And that day I just cried because I was like, we have a weird way of showing that we love each other, but this was your way now.
But recognizing a love language when it's happening is really like beautiful.
That's why I cried. And I was like, oh, she showed up for me, and she really, really showed up for me.
And those are real, like, happy tears. I like that. I like it. So it wasn't like because it was the hardest challenge and you were like
No.
so stressed out about it. This is like tears of appreciation.
Yes, but obviously with all that stress and anxiety from all the entire day, and then finally having that moment end the night for me, I was like,
Yeah.
So yes, it's the build up of everything, and then just bursting because my mom already did me solid, bro.
I'm crying in the club.
Yeah.
Next single. Definitely love it. I want to hear this story as a song.
Oh wow.
It would make
Okay.
It would make a pretty cool song, you know?
I see it. I
Yeah,
see it.
We can chat.
Yes.
We can work on this together. I have a vision.
Let's do it.
It might be a bit of a Lil Dicky-esque style.
Love it already.
song.
Yes.
That's what I'm picturing, you know,
the
where we lean into the 16-year-old, the underage kid, the car guard. I feel like it's all part of the story. Ooh, this is our own challenge here. So going back to this competition that you won, may I remind you? Were you prepared if you lost?
So the semifinals, I called my mom and I was like, bro, I want to lose.
Okay. All right.
But I said that for many reasons. I don't want to go into it because, politics. Let's not do that. But I actually did not want to win the competition.
Why is that? You said
Yeah. can't get into it entirely. But I didn't want to win the competition. But I mean, I obviously did want the money. I was like, the money would be nice to have.
Yeah.
But yeah, the rest of the, like, I just came from a label. And this is my first little activity within the industry as an independent artist. So I was like, this is a nice way to be like, hi guys, I'm coming back. Let me do it on this TV show. But the winner also then has to get signed. And you cannot sign it. It was a distribution. It's a distribution deal. So
Has to. Like it's part of the prize or?
it's part of the prize.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the part that I was like, I don't want to win because I don't want to be in something again.
Yeah, you don't want to be told that this has to happen also.
Exactly. And I think that's why I wanted to lose. But if I'm going to be honest with myself, like, I mean, I'm obviously thinking of this now for the first time. If I were to lose and get sent home, I think I'd be fine. But
Did you prepare
Would
for
I?
it mentally?
no. It's just so many things happening in my brain as you ask the question. So when I entered the competition, I was in the darkest place of my life, actually. So I just come off of becoming independent, lost my grandfather, lost my job, and I literally just moved out with my boyfriend. And I like also have responsibilities financially in the house. So I was like, oh my gosh, so many things are changing, so many things are wrong. It was not fine. And that space, that dark space, lasted for quite some time. So that happened all in 1 month, in the month of May. So May, June, July, August, September, my birthday month, and then October. So for 5 months, not okay. I think by the 3rd month, I eventually started therapy and I was like, I need some sort of help because I'm losing my mind. Oh, and I wasn't speaking to my mother at the time at all. Silent treatment from her. But after my grandfather's passing, we started speaking. But also that's like a weird time to start speaking because I was like, I just lost my grandfather and you and I don't know where we stand with each other as well. So we're just comforting each other because yes, we're family, but like, what is our relationship like now?
You want to kind of like resolve everything one time because also you're like going through it emotionally. So it's like, it's not like the time where you just want to be surface level with everything.
Exactly.
If we're going to go, let's go.
Right, exactly. So now I'm also trying to figure out what is that going to be? So leading up to the competition, I was also in therapy and I remember feeling like the crappiest human being also because within the label for the longest of time, I was always, every meeting, they would compare me to Tyler. It's like, Tyler's doing this or she's going to do this because she didn't drop anything yet. They're like, Tyler's going to do this. You need to do this. Tyler's going to do this. You need to do this. Okay. And then when I started therapy, that's when Tyler literally just blew. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm such a failure. Tyler blew up. And now I feel like I probably should have listened to the damn label and just copy and pasted what Tyler did because that would have been my career. And I was like, just going down a dark hole, bro. It went deeper and deeper and deeper. And then somebody tagged me one day and said, yo, this is competition. Try it out. And I was like, bro, like I literally, my self-esteem right now is non-existent.
To go on national television.
Dude. So when I said, when I shot the video to be part of, to audition for the thingy, the TV show, I did it as a throwaway thing because I actually wasn't there mentally. I didn't want to do this competition. I was just like, if it happens, it happens. Cool. Moved on with my life. And literally 2-3 days later, I got the message, yo, you top 8. Wild. So I wasn't prepared. But after getting the message, I did shoot a video actually of me speaking about me finally doing this. So that is when the switch happened in my brain and I said, you know what? This thing scares the fuck out of me. And this is why I need to do it. This is, again, fresh off of therapy. So yes, I have a better perspective and outlook on life, but I'm very much still living in that trauma-filled space. And then, the entire video was, I'm scared. I am overthinking this entire experience of what could happen, what will happen, what I should do, like how should I speak? Should I dress a certain way? I went down all of those things as well because again, figuring out what is going on with self in that time. And when I finally stepped on stepped in for the shoot. It was the first time we got to meet all the contestants as well. I decided, let me just be vulnerable with one or two of these human beings. And it was Mikhalé James, and Alo. We actually made it to the finals all together. Anyway, I had a vulnerable moment with them, and I was like, you know what, like, I absolutely hate when you do an interview, and then when you walk away from the interview, it's like, I should have said this. Why did I say that? Oh my gosh, why? Like, I'm thinking about this now. This would have been so much better if I did this. Why did I do my hair like that? You go through that entire process, and I'm like, it's so exhausting. And their response was, bro, same. Like, I literally said A, B, and C, and I wish I said A, B, and C. And I'm just like, oh, I'm not alone, thank goodness. That is when I finally was like, it's okay. Everyone here is probably doing the same thing in their mind. The same thing you're doing, you're not alone. So it's okay. I think that's when I was finally comfortable with whatever happens, happens. I'm ready for this journey. Even if I get told no, it will hurt. I will cry, but I will be fine because I know also why I'm doing this TV show thingy majiggy. It's not only because I want to be on TV, but it is because I want to challenge myself. I think now more than ever, I need to challenge myself because mentally, if I keep on allowing this downward spiral, it's just going to keep going that way. Whereas break it with a challenge. Prove to yourself that you are who you think you are. And I did that.
You absolutely did that.
I really did.
And accepting that being scared is the way you should be feeling.
Yeah.
You're like, everything about this scares me. Everything about this scares everyone here. One of us is going to cry and go home every day. And that's just going to happen. That's just the reality of it. So I'm prepared to be that person.
Yep.
If it happens. But if it doesn't, I sympathize for the person that's happening to today. Because also, like, now you guys are trapped in this house together. And, like, you don't want to see anyone leave. And, like,
Not at all.
Especially if they're nice human beings.
Facts. You know? We actually all liked each other. We still keep in touch. I think everyone does. I don't know about them. I know I do. But yeah, like, it was a good group of people. And because everyone's also, like, independent, up and coming, trying to figure it out, we relate in a lot of ways. And we still do, because I get Mikhalé James will randomly hit me up and be like, yo, you're doing a songwriting session today for your album? Can I pull up? Sure, come. Because we also had, oh yes, that was one of the challenges. They paired us up 2 by 2, and they said that one needs to decide who's the writer and who's going to be the performer or the recording artist. And I was paired up with Mikhalé James, and I was like, perfect. And that's when I realized this guy's actually good with the pen. So yes, now outside of the competition, I'm just like, if he wants to write for me, pull up, bro. So yeah, that also at least came from the competition.
That's really awesome. Like, getting to know someone who really shares the same kind of experience of where they're at. Like, it's relative for everyone, but like, okay, do you have something you'd like to add? But I think, like, as an up-and-coming artist, as an emerging artist, as an artist who's been making music and releasing music for a few years, you have so many shared experiences, but it requires that vulnerability you spoke about. And that's why, like, those relationships are also the ones that, like, that you keep referencing, and that also changed your outlook on the time you have there. But that's actually beautiful, because, like, you're not just giving the advice of lean into the fear and go for it. That is part and parcel of your experience on this TV program at a time that was particularly dark. How instrumental therapy was in allowing you to be courageous enough to take on that scary thing and be like, look, it's scary and I'm gonna do it, you know? And that's really beautiful, and kudos to you for actually, like, doing it.
Yeah, and I said it quite a bit, but they didn't show it on TV. But the competition was part of the therapy as well. So my final speech was, I did this for me, and this entire journey, this entire competition was for me. It wasn't for this however much money I'm winning. It wasn't for the music video I'm about to shoot. Yay. It wasn't about all those amazing things. It really was just about, I need to remind myself who I actually am and what I am capable of. The fact that I think I'm such a terrible singer sometimes. Like, for the first time in a long time, I was reminded, you are an amazing performer. you're amazing at thinking on your feet, because I think I'm terrible at that still. But like the competition said otherwise, because I had to be thinking on my feet every single day. It reminded me that even under pressure, I can figure things out. I don't crumble under pressure, not all the time at least. It showed me that I'm not also as terrible in terms of interacting with other human beings, because I also think I'm terrible at that. That's why I don't have too many friends, because I feel like I don't know how to speak to people. But turns out I formed real connections with these human beings that I was in the house with. So all those small little things added to what I needed to be a better human being outside after the competition.
Thing is, you don't give up, and I think that's why like you might have a different perception of all of these weaknesses or things that you don't consider strong suits in yourself. Like you don't run away from them, you know.
Facts.
You don't, like, you're stressed, like, how do I dry my hair and iron this? But most people, it's so easy to just drop everything and crawl into a ball. And I'm not judging people who do that. I really relate to people who do that.
Yeah, same.
Things get so overwhelming that like you're like, actually, is it important?
Yes.
Is the whole thing important?
And it's also okay if you do have those days where you do say, can't. Nope, not today. Don't want to be strong today. Don't want to be this machine today.
You need to have days like that. You need to give yourself grace to have days like that.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to know how not to let that be something you constantly allow yourself to do.
Yeah.
And
where are you going?
and I think that's why you ended up doing so much better in all of these things, is because like you don't actually like shy away from it. It's like you don't realize that like, oh, you don't back down. And I think it's something we can all learn, is just like, when you want to back down, give it, like, if you seriously are crumbling, give yourself the day. But unless you know it's an extenuating circumstance for yourself, push through, because you'll feel better. You'll feel proud. You'll feel better.
Facts, exactly. It's like I was explaining with the shoot I did the other day, is as much as I need to iron and my butt's burning from the braids because it was in hot water earlier on or whatever, I still continued ironing. I still did what I needed to do. And the final product,
Worth it.
Please, let's do it again.
Worth it. Worth it.
Literally.
We have a couple of segments on this podcast. The first one is a new thing. Don't be terrified like that. It's called quotes unquote. Jeez. All right, okay. No, they're all very friendly, bro. Like, trust the flow, man. Trust the flow. I'm not gonna suddenly be like, bring the zoom in. We're about to ask an uncomfortable question. Yeah.
Wow, thanks. Yeah.
It's called quote unquote. I take a couple of my favorite things that you've said, and I either ask you a specific question about that quote, or I ask you to expand.
Okay.
This is actually something you said in a video, so it's not even from a caption.
I say a lot of things, bro. Okay.
Do I want to get on stage? Absolutely not. Do I feel well? Abso-fucking-lutely not.
Yep.
Are we gonna do this anyway? You betcha. How have you learned to override the voice that tells you it's okay if you don't do it?
I guess it's child, I'm thinking about that video specifically, right? I think it depends on the circumstance. So that video you're speaking about specifically, I remember I was sick. Like, I think I get throat infections like twice a year without fail. Something always happens where it's just like inflames and whatever. And that was one of those yearly things. And I didn't want to get on stage because I feel like trash. You know how you feel, especially as a female, bro. It's like, I want to look pretty, feel pretty as well. It like adds to the energy.
Oh, dude, I was thinking about like the competition again. Like, imagine being on your period, that whole like period. Like, no pun intended, but it's just like now your whole experience, like people don't know you're battling another layer of yourself, and you're like, oh, but I feel fat this week, and like, oh, but like people don't know I'm going through this challenge, but I have cramps, and like, imagine.
Exactly.
But carry on.
But yeah, so like I said, I think it's circumstantial. That specific one I could push through because there's things that can support you and help you through it. So in that instance, what the support was I have people in my corner, first of all, saying it's okay, just man through it. It's only 3 songs. You can do it. Cool. Validation on that side. Love it. The next thing is I don't have to sing live if I really can't today. Just play the full track, sing over the music. Cool. That's also a support. Mentally, I'm also saying you'll be fine. So I now feel more comfortable, even with the amount of pain I'm in, to get on stage and do that. Physically, I'm okay. Like my body can move. So yes. The only excuse or the only thing that would take me away from doing this is the fact that my throat is in pain. But again, there's a support there. So just do it. Physically, I'm good to do it. And that's how I managed to push through in that. Circumstantial, I mean, if my body was in, like I had shivers maybe that night and I don't know, maybe I hurt myself and I can't actually dance and now my voice is gone and.
Yeah, you're like, maybe the universe doesn't really want me
Yes.
to push through it.
Yes.
Instant.
Then I would be in that state and say, okay, maybe now's not something I should push through.
I think you've also answered the question in more than one ways leading up to it of just like what kind of attitude and mindset you have about challenges and the importance of leaning into fear so long as you feel like you can actually handle it and it is fearful. Like admitting that, yeah, I am scared and it's okay. This is normal. And not letting the excuse voice be overly loud because I think that's something everyone battles with. That resistance is just like, no, you're
And it's so easy to give in to that little voice because let's be honest, that voice is there every day. Even like, you want to go to the gym today? Oh, but I love my blanket. That voice is always there.
Yes. Want to wake up now? Snooze.
Exactly.
It's there if it's there when you're making any decision, right?
Exactly.
And I wanted the question to also touch on how do you approach the excuse voice? How do you kind of make that voice not have like too much power over you?
I guess that's when you really have to decide what is important to you. So me being a performer, me being on stage, me selling and marketing and living in my art is important to me. I want to do that. And like I say, if my leg's not broken and I can't move my body, but my throat is swollen from whatever, there's a way to do it still. So do it because that is important to me. Going to gym every day. Okay, I might not do it every day, but being in the best shape possible is also very important to me. Not because I want the best body, but because I know because my health adds to everything else that I'm also doing, music-wise, maybe one day being a parent, if ever. So yes.
But mental health.
That as well, exactly.
It does so much for mental health.
The discipline, yes. You start teaching yourself that with something like gym, with something like just waking up every day and doing a task, regardless of how you feel that day. Oh my gosh, my throat's so sore, I'm not going to sing today. Okay, cool.
But can you write?
Yeah, but can you write? There we go, exactly. But can you write today? Can you get into the dance studio and choreograph something today? So yeah.
Definitely. Okay, this is another quote. That's what I'm reading. Yeah. Being part of a reality TV show and simultaneously working on my dopest project yet, I'm beyond grateful and so content right now.
Facts.
Life is full of the ups and downs, and I'm back up. Fucking finally. My heart is in a better place again, and I can't thank these beautiful humans enough who have been part of the rise.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. Shout out to my therapist. Shout out to the big God. And thank you, Opa.
Aww,
Purpose has been restored. Now I'm emotional. Damn. Cue her being emotional. Damn. I think you know where I'm going with this. What role has your grandfather played in your life?
No, bro.
What? Too much. No, I feel like he's clearly such a deep source of inspiration. I'm here for you. I don't know how to console tears.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm still dealing that because I did lose him was it last year, May? So it's a year this next month. I had a very complicated relationship with that man. because I didn't stand for a lot of things that he stood for, moral-wise. I was like, don't agree with you, bro. But he was such a stubborn man that, like, he didn't know anything beyond what he knew. And he always believed that his way is the right way. So
Generational.
yeah, exactly. So there was always that clash, no matter what. But if I do look back in terms of how he influenced my love for music. So, ooh, child, I'm cry.
Cry, girl. We're here. I'm deep in the feels with you.
So I remember he had a guitar, 2 guitars, and he used to love playing music for himself as well. He also just loved music. And he used to, what was that song? It's some Kumbaya type sounding song. No, what? A Wimbo, a Wimbo. What song is that? In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. It's that one. That was his favorite one to sing on the guitar.
That's cute.
And he always tried to teach me how to play the guitar. Never ever picked it up from him. It's fine. And then he also had this collection. My grandmother still has the collection. It's like this tall, a little shelf of CDs. We just got a whole collection of CDs. But there was a specific CD he always used to play every time we'd be together because, I don't know, it was just like our thing. It was that thing that we did together. So other than him sharing that little piece of music with me, my grandmother, and us together also added to every road trip, they'd always play Whitney Houston without freaking fail, bro. And would always sing at the top of our lungs. So it's just like, it's those first moments of music I experienced with my grandparents, and he was part of that, right? So that's why it's also emotional for me. Yeah, man, just the fact that I lost him, it was weird because I was like, I also don't know how to feel because of the weird relationship we had. It's like, should I be sad? Because we had a weird relationship. We weren't as close as grandparents and grandchildren. I guess you see on TV or whatever.
Yeah. Like I was gonna say, like your imagination of something.
Yes,
but I think like you grow up to realize that like there's so much that's nuanced. Like people are not one way. Like you're allowed to have compartmentalized feelings.
Yes.
And it all encompasses the love that you have for someone. You're like, I love you, but I disagree on this. I don't like this about you, but I like a lot of other things about you. And we're absolutely allowed to do that and welcome to do that. And anyone who says otherwise isn't being honest. Like people who have like the best tight relationships with their parents and their homies with them, they don't like everything.
Facts.
Nobody likes everything about someone else.
True, but it was just so complicated in that there was so much to dislike about that man. But there's one thing that I've never, ever fault that man for, is he provided. But I think it dates back to the era he was born in. It's like a man needs to be a provider. He needs to. So in that department, he never, ever lacked. If you needed something, you would have it. The fact that I went into, I want to play drums now. He bought me a drum set. And it's like, okay, now I at least have this. Mikhalé, you want a studio? Cool, let me build it for you. Like anything and everything that needed to be built from scratch, he was also that guy. He used to fight me because he was like, let me build you the damn studio. And I remember he wanted to build it in my closet. I said, bro, I don't want it in my closet. I want my closet to be my closet. Like, we have like this massive.
He's like, you don't want this enough. I'm sorry.
That's exactly it, bro. That's exactly it. You don't want it enough if you don't want it this way.
Oh, but you know what? Like sometimes like you clash most of the people who to other people in your family, you're like, these two are so similar. Oh my God, they don't see it because they're so similar.
Yeah.
Like some of the things you're saying reminds me of like my relationship with my dad and like how we butt heads. Because like I always challenge him and he always challenges me. And like the way we show validation is by not validating each other because you're like, I gotta keep you on your toes, bro. You gotta keep like working for it. You have to have something to work for.
That's so real.
But that's beautiful. And like,
That's exactly
and like
it.
when I've done this, like, okay, I haven't done it. The Artist's Way. I don't know if you know.
Yes,
the
yes,
book.
yes, I do know about it.
Dude, it's a 12-week program that's
Yeah?
taking me years. Anyway, I'm like in week 2, and like one of the challenges is write down champions of your art.
Okay.
And you're supposed to name like 3 people. And I've now done this exercise twice because I started it the one time and then didn't carry on, and I was like, let me start again. And I'm in the process of starting again.
Love it.
And my dad was one of those people, and both times I wrote that down. Even though if I think about it, I'm like, is he like the person who pushed me into music?
Yeah.
No, but the belief this man had in me, if
True.
I believe in myself in something, like that was just so pivotal. Like this one time we were at this work function of his, like we traveled with him to Malaysia for like this work thing he had going on, and I was like 11, and like I really liked Love the Way You Lie. Everyone loved Love the Way You Lie,
Yeah.
that song, you know?
Yeah.
I was like singing rapping it, and we were about to go to like this dinner function thing. It was like 200 people all traveled from India, and it was like a performance. There was a stage. It was they shut down like this water park to have that dinner function.
Wild.
And my dad's like, you want to perform?
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
get
yeah.
you on that stage.
Oh.
And I'm like, Baba, I'm 11. I'm rapping Eminem and Rihanna like for fun. Bro, you serious? And he was serious. If I had the balls to do it, I do not doubt that this man would have gotten me on that stage to perform in front of 400 people. Love the way. I'm like, what? I'm like, Baba, you really think people are interested in this?
That was my
Yeah,
grandfather.
so-
Copy paste.
I see that.
Oh,
that. And I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you for sharing that as well.
Okay, next quote. Mikhalé Jones done did it. She made me proud. She proved to me. Why does this like? Why do you?
I'm trying to say, when did I say
saying
that?
this one? Again, that it's all possible if you just self-Cav.
Hey, she has self-Cav, no?
What does self-Cav look like practically?
I guess it's presented in different ways, man. So self-Cav is self-love. So being able to validate yourself. Validation source is you. So that one specifically was after the competition. I was like, I finally proved to myself that I can do it, because I think by the second challenge, no, after the first challenge, because I won the first challenge, I immediately switched on and I said, I'm actually good at what I do. Self-Cav kicks in. Now I'm starting to move with intention, because I actually believe in myself again. So the next competition, I got this in the bag, even though I might not, because I don't know what it is. So, but there's still a level of self-belief. So either way, whatever the competition or challenge is, mentally I'm prepared for whatever it is.
Mentally, you're like, yeah. I think I know what I'm
There
up
we
to now.
go. So yeah, man, self-Cav is self-love, self-belief, discipline, just self.
Just self.
Just self.
Nah, you must see yourself. That's what it means. For all of our,
Exactly.
international people who are listening and tuning in, just means take a good hard look at yourself, but in like a nice way.
In a nice way.
Like it's not like it's gentle. Like look at yourself. See yourself. It's like
See yourself.
It's not just look at yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, it's see yourself. This isn't a quote, but it is a question. You've spoken about the importance of knowing your weaknesses. And
Okay.
it has come up like in
Yeah.
the context of what we've spoken about. What's something you're not naturally gifted at that you work hard to make up for?
Singing.
Singing?
Yeah.
What?
No, so, I grew up, growing up, my mom always used to be like, you sound like a cat on heat. Okay. So, I don't sing like a Whitney Houston. I don't sing like a Jennifer Hudson. Cool.
Was that the bar in your house?
It actually freaking was, bro. And then I learned about the Jhené Aiko's and who else has a soft voice. But yeah, you get what I mean. So like
Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish, right? So they have this softer tone and softer approach to what it is they do. But I specifically reference Jhené because I'm just like, as much as she's got the soft tone, she's still got like that attitude, that
wow.
yes, right? So I don't feel like I'm the strongest singer because there's not a lot I can do, but when I am on stage, I told you the thing that I rely on then is performance. Even if I'm going to sing bum notes, even if I'm gonna maybe lose the lyrics, because I always lose the lyrics of my own songs, but vocally, I don't carry as well live than I do in the studio. That's honestly also just a personal perception. Is that the word I'm looking for? Personal, whatever, opinion on my take on things. So I rely more on performance, choreography, style, what I look like when I'm on stage. And
energy.
And energy, exactly.
Like you mustn't let them feel like that one fear can't be what everyone else experiences. Like ooh, every time like that note didn't hit, like now your focus is like elsewhere. Like you stay present in what you do. What I find crazy about the singing thing is just like you sing so beautifully and like you've done how many covers.
Yeah.
Like
I do that for practice sake more than anything. I don't always release a cover with confidence.
It's a great practice though.
Yeah,
like, wow.
It helps.
You have nurtured that practice a lot and you stay showing up for it again.
Yeah.
Like despite that's beautiful. In spite of like being something that you're not like, oh, like I don't feel great about this, but you're not like, okay, cool, let me fully let this area be compensated by your other strong suits. You're still working towards it and putting in the hours of energy.
Just so that the foundation is at least decent, you know? Like, I'm not saying I can't sing entirely. I just don't think I'm a strong singer.
I'm not saying you can't sing at all. I'm saying you sing really well. I would not have gotten to this point in my life if I was not meant to be here. I have clearly done enough in my life to finally get to this point, to be in a room full of greats. Therefore, I am a great myself.
Jeez, I said that?
Yeah.
Which post is this?
Bro, it's like a philosopher's like, this Marcus Aurelius or what?
I like that.
Yeah, you did say this.
That's really fucking nice, bro.
It is, right? You said this, you know, it's in fact not as new as you might think it is. I think you said this in an interview. Yeah.
In an interview?
Yeah.
It's not a caption?
No, this one wasn't a caption.
Wild.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, those moments are so rare when I do sit and feel, yeah, I belong here. So when they do happen, I say it out loud, or I at least put it in a caption, because it captures that moment for me, because those moments don't happen often with imposter syndrome. Yay.
Words are powerful. So it's great to reflect with words.
Yes, exactly. And I think it's the second quote that you read as well. That was shortly after the competition with the Self-Cav, whatever in between. That was again a moment where I was like, I'm amazing at what I do. I am supposed to be here. I am doing exactly what I'm meant to be doing. And to feel that feeling and have that moment, like again, I say, comes rarely. So when it is happening, jot that down.
It's important to take stock of like big moments and kind of phases and like after you've like now gone through the storm.
Yep.
And you're seeing the
Literally
light of day, capturing that moment, knowing what you know about the storm. It's not all like, you know, just like floofy pink clouds. And you're like, yeah, the whole time it's just been this beautiful landscape. What a pleasant ride.
Yeah.
You know, like you're reflecting on a journey that definitely had rough patches. And I think now also with you having told the story of how dark of a time it was, like the competition, like overlapping with some of the most hard emotions you could possibly go through. It really makes the quote about the ups and the downs really like, now people know it's not just like something you say.
Yeah.
You know? It's not just like
it's not just a cool
downs,
quote.
like a seesaw. Like this is life. This is life at its hardest. This is adult responsibilities. It's grief. It's not knowing where you stand with people you love. It's so many different elements.
That all adds to the experience, the journey, and even the art once it's done.
And the art once it's done. This brings us to a Leather Beloved segment. A Leather Beloved. This one's called Rep Caviar. We ask our guests for their three favorite workout jams, and then it gets compiled into the Good Sports on playlist. What do you listen to when you work out?
Wait, where's my phone? Where's my phone?
Is it in your bag?
I think it's there, on that table. No? Yeah, all in my bag. You can pass my bag. Thank you. Because I can't think
serious.
at the top of my head.
I like this.
Let me find it.
every time it's another thing with each guest. They say, yo, I can't think of anything. DJs, you would think DJs would have songs in mind, but they don't.
But as soon as you ask somebody like on the spot, you never know. It's like when you're in a radio interview, don't you want to sing us a song there? Oh my gosh, what song?
I don't know.
Never know.
Songs.
Exactly.
Yeah, like the one that surprised me the most was, you know, Lebo Lukewarm?
Yeah.
He was like, I don't train to music anymore. And I'm like, what? Bro, are you joking? He's like, I think, he didn't say this, but I'm really paraphrasing poorly. He's like, pussies do that. He didn't say this.
No!
But he made me feel like that's exactly what the question was. He's like, yeah, you must suffer through the rep. You mustn't be held by Brandy's voice or like Drake.
Was this on like some skit energy? Is this like a joke? Is he...
What? What?
Was that a joke? No, is he being for real?
No, he didn't. I'm definitely paraphrasing. He didn't say it like this.
But still.
No, the pain thing, yeah. He's like, he's not saying everyone should do that, but once he did it once because he left his AirPods at home.
Okay.
And then he was like, wait a minute. I'm gonna never bring my AirPods to the gym again.
Could never be me.
Yeah, I also couldn't. I'm like, nah, bro.
For me, it's more on the social anxiety. There's like too many people, let me block them out. That's what it does for me. But anyway,
To each their own.
facts. Ruin by Usher.
Ruined by Usher.
Moment by Victoria Monet.
Love it.
That song.
Do you listen to your own music?
No.
Ever?
No, okay, I do.
No, like in studio, ever in studio, like not studio, man.
Gym.
Ever in gym, like a rough bounce. Do you ever like after a day after studio, like you're in the gym, like do you ever bop it like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unreleased.
Yes. Unreleased, bro. Files. Files. It must be files.
Not the stuff that's out.
Not
no.
on streaming. That one sounds.
It's weird.
It just feels a bit like, wow, I'm so obsessed with myself. Even though you must be the first fan of your music. Like, I say this, but it's easy to listen to unreleased files and you're like, woo, you have no idea what's coming.
Broken Marriages, Nasty C.
Broken Marriages, Nasty C. Beautiful, beautiful selection. Thank you. Decisive. It's going to be part of the playlist. And you'll see. So like each guest gets 3. So like you just like get a window into, you know, someone's life. We got 3 from Lebo as well because you cannot not play the game.
Lebo.
It's a cop out to not give us a song or 3, you know? And I'm also curious to see how many artists like shamelessly like plug themselves. Which is cool. It's totally fine.
I mean,
I respect it.
since we're here.
Since you're here. Like now she's like, actually take Victoria Monet out.
No, I'm joking.
Any song you would put of yours?
Of mine. I guess 24/7 because it is.
I guess.
No.
It doesn't make it.
Because the song I want to choose is not released.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That brings us to You Are Not Alone. Sheesh. Only she knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've spoken about how fast you're able to work, having completed your debut project in the space of a week. How did you do in 1 week what takes most artists to do in more than 52?
I came prepared, bro.
Bro, what do you mean?
I came prepared.
What kind of preparation are you talking about?
It's music written from like 2017, 2016, 2015 when I first started writing music. No, straight after experiencing the breakup. Yes. That's when I started writing music and then getting signed only in 2020. I was like, yo, I have a catalog here already.
I love that.
So,
I love that you didn't disregard it and that it's like, wait, like musically people need to be witnessing the journey. So like you may as well start where the inspiration began and where the music began.
Because I mean, if I were to start over, I think I would have tried to replicate that. Whereas that was way more pure because I was actually in it.
Yes.
Right? So just bring that stuff. Cool if you guys do want to add more stuff. Throw in between. But like keep this because this is the real stuff. So that's how I actually managed to complete it. Also, I had a brilliant team that I was working with. I was working with the Cousins SA. I think we completed, we were in studio 5 days back to back. And they also brought in songwriters as Manana, Zadok,
Beautiful.
I think Lusty, Select Play, that entire group as well. Christ also got pulled in. So they brought in quite a few human beings, which also made the process very easy. I remember I was suffering with my wisdoms. Oh, it was such a hard thing to complete. Even though it was only in a week, it was so hard to complete because I didn't sing for like 2 years leading up to singing, recording that project. So my instrument felt foreign to me. I was like, oh my gosh, how do you use this thing again? So I was figuring it out while recording my debut album. And then the wisdom teeth started acting up mid recording and whatnot. And then I had to get it removed, take a break for like 2 days.
Oh my God, in that week. Jeez.
Yeah. I had to recover, come back, record like 1 or 2 songs. Yeah. But for the most part, everything that we recorded in studio we ended up throwing away, and then I had to go because we ended up using the recordings I did from home.
What? So your self-recorded bits won over studio grade fucking fancy
Facts.
gear.
Facts.
Let that be the lesson in life. Like,
yeah. But it just goes to show that your environment also has a lot to play when it comes to your art,
creativity. Yeah, and what you put on, right? Like you've always had a very good relationship with it, whether it's just with the mic or with the camera. When it's just the two of you, you do great. I actually suck at that. I do my best work when I'm observed by something or someone.
Wish I was you.
Yeah, but like really, I wish I was you because I would get so much done. I'm such a, I know the grass is never greener on the other side kind of vibe, but like I'm so comfortable with being on my own. I'm just not as productive when it's just me.
Okay.
So it's like, I wish like that I could make the most of all of this ability to be on my own.
I guess a good balance of both is amazing to have if you're able to have both.
Yeah, and I think that's where we can meet each other in the middle and like kind of tend towards the other direction here. But that makes sense why like you don't affiliate with that project because like the ideas are, you're like, bro, this was baby me, like this is
Bro,
like a lifetime ago.
So far behind.
Which brings us to a new project that's underway. Your upcoming project is titled You Are Not Alone.
No, it's not.
No?
Where did you get that?
Slicker.
You Are Not Alone.
Yeah.
Where?
They literally wrote
an
that,
article.
bro. Yeah.
I need to find
Wow,
this
you see, I said that with my chest. Like, I wouldn't just like make...
I thought when you said that earlier on, you meant like, because that's something I said earlier on when I was speaking about Jean-Luc Pavlet.
Yeah,
like,
and I thought you were like...
Ma'am, wait, I'm confused.
And I'm like, she'll get it. Whoa, she'll get what I'm throwing out there. Only she gets this. No, dude, wow. Like, that's not me. I'm sorry.
I actually didn't announce the title at all.
I saw that you hadn't, but it wasn't an article. That's where I got it.
Wild.
Yeah.
I need to find this article, bro.
It is, bro. Like, I'm sorry.
So, I will happily tell you what the title of my album is.
What is it?
It is titled Too Many Promises.
Too Many Promises.
The entire journey is, because it's R&B, yes, it speaks about it in relationship form, but it's not only relationship. Yes, it speaks about the promises from the old album in terms of the relationship in the old album as well, that the promises were broken and this is how I dealt with it. So the healing of promises broken, but also the journey of me being a signed artist. And, you know, you get signed, you get told you're going to be this superstar one day. Not in those words, but yeah, you get told many things that are going to happen and this is going to happen and international and then this and then you're going to get this Grammy and then they speak about that. And it's like, I had all those promises on my plate and none of them came to fruition. And I had to deal with that. I had to eventually sit down with it and I was like, okay, that didn't happen. What now? How am I going to deal with it? Obviously, I need to process all of what happened. And Too Many Promises then speaks about that journey of healing. It's the back and forth. It's the cool, I feel like I'm getting better, but I fall off some days and then I'm back on track. And then I fall off the next day and then I'm back on track. And then sometimes I just resist entirely because I'm like, not having it today. And then the next song it resolves in me saying, but regardless of everything I've been through, I still believe. So yes, too many promises.
I really, really can't wait to hear this project. Oh my God. Do you have a date? I know you're like, you've released the first song, but you need to check your phone to tell me what date.
I think I remember the
date?
date.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to give you the exact date because it could change, you know how these things go.
Sure, absolutely.
But we are set on June being the month that I release this project.
Lovely.
I would love for the next single to be like in the next 2 weeks, but yeah, these things take time. It just is what it is. The first single needs to breathe. We need to really push it, market it.
Sir. We have like a Spotify cover girl we're talking about with the first song, 24/7, which I guess can make it to Rap Caviar.
I guess.
No, but like it doesn't with that kind of attitude. You must rep it
I know.
24/7. You must be like first song 24/7, second song 24/7, third song 24/7, all day, every day. That's what we've jammed into.
But yeah, man.
Okay, so it's not called You're Not Alone.
No, it's not.
I'm sorry to everyone who I've misled. I hope it was Slicker. I hope I'm not dragging their name. I read it somewhere. And I will find the source to show you so that you can be mad with somebody else.
Not you.
You've spoken about your struggle with self-doubt and anxiety.
Yeah.
How do you cope with the inevitable moments when you wrestle with yourself? Other than write beautiful music.
Bro, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question because it has me by the throat every single time. And then you just, like I say, you do it through the fear. I'm doing it anxious. I am doing it mid-breakdown. I'm doing it mid-panic attack. I genuinely don't know how else to answer that question specifically.
Just doing it.
Yeah, dude.
Just not stopping, I think, is a big part of it, right? Like not freezing, not standing still.
Because if you do stand still, then that little voice wins. That little voice gets louder and louder and louder and louder until it's the only thing you're hearing.
It's a solid answer.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect. As someone who derives a lot of inspiration from your lived experience and emotions, I'm sure it's therapeutic and also a source of closure to write from your heart. But does it ever get, or is it ever draining? And how do you recharge the batteries from going down memory lane frequently through your music?
I guess it does get draining, but advice I got from a songwriter, aka Folkalistic, he actually, I asked him the question. I was like, do you get writer's block? And he was like, obviously everyone does. And I was like, okay, expected that answer, but how do you overcome it? Like, what is the little key for that? And he said to take a break. And every artist does say that, like, walk away from it if you need to walk away from it, but don't walk away from it for too long. Cool. So I asked, how long is too long? He actually said, like, no longer than 3 days. Give yourself 3 days only, but then come back to it. I'm like, bro, like, I can't do that. For me specifically, I've taken months sometimes. I'm like, I'm not going to write because if I write, I need to visit a place. And revisiting that place is not always nice. Yeah, I can visit the nice things. Like my past relationships, they were good moments. They were good times, yada, yada, fish face. But I don't want to always go to the ugly side. And sometimes I don't want to revisit those things. However, recently, with my recent partner, it's like we got, I don't want to say so much, but anyway, so any relationship, not complications, but you get into a disagreement. It's like your opinion is right, maybe mine isn't, or whatever, and now we're just not meeting eye to eye. Sometimes I use that small little instance and I'm like, I'm going to use this. I know it's not that deep, but I'm going to use this.
Don't date an artist.
But I disguise it in such a way that you think I'm still speaking about an ex. So it's like, okay, cool. What about this argument maybe triggered me? Yeah. Okay, cool. So it triggered this part of me that happened back then. Okay, now I'm just going to write about what exactly happened between you and I, but I'm going to make it relate to an ex, or I'm going to make it relate to a past situation, even though it's very much current. But sometimes you make it deeper than what it actually is, just for sauce.
Just for sauce. Like, it's just creative. This guy over here, this producer guy, he's always said, like, don't spoil a good story with fact. And I like, you know, I've always just been like a bit curious about that one, but it's proven to be true more often than not.
What do you mean though?
What do you mean though?
What do you mean? Like sometimes facts, like being completely factual about how you thought things went through, is not always helpful to a good story. Like a good story, you need to twist a few things.
Got you.
to make it-
Yes, exactly. So that goes straight into the songwriting. It's like I didn't write about the situation as the actual situation happened. Add 1 or 2 fabrications here and there and make it sound.
Yeah, you know, like when you're telling a joke, it's like it doesn't matter if it was Wednesday afternoon or like, we were here. Like, I'm horrible with fucking this example, but
I get it though. I get it.
But yeah, and I agree. Increasingly so, I get where he was coming from with that. And it's true, you just don't spoil a good story with facts. And I think that's actually part and parcel of songwriting. You know, you're like, who's gonna fact check this? This is not, you can't get recode on a love story. In fact, you shouldn't get recode at all. Anyway, sorry.
Do your thing.
You have answered the question. As someone who hasn't grown up in South Africa, I feel like I've always felt like colored people are disproportionately represented in the arts.
Okay.
As a pretty girl from Joburg, do you agree? And in my experience, in my specific experience with colored women in music, do you agree with my observation? And if so, what do you think that's about?
I don't know. So I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to the race thing, me being colored and in the industry, I've always been touch and go about it. Like, I don't know how to speak about it. I don't know what my opinion about it is entirely.
What's it?
Being colored in the industry.
Okay, is it a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a thing.
Yeah.
It's not like, okay.
Yeah, it definitely is a thing because, I mean, there's not many of us. There's not many representations of us. Yes, we have Tyler now. Yes. We had AKA as well. However, AKA positioned himself so well that he wasn't seen as that colored guy. He was just a South African guy. That's what he positioned himself as. Gorgeous. Well done. It worked. But Tyler now, it's like, okay, she, for me, is like the first representation of colored. I don't know how I feel about it. My very first big interview, the presenter asked me, so how do you feel about being colored, one, being female, and knowing that the biggest colored female artists before you were Jamali? I was like, huh?
What are you trying to?
Why are you asking me that?
Anyway?
Yes,
like,
I was so confused by it, and I was actually slightly offended as well because I was like, what does this have to do about the music we are speaking about today?
Yeah.
Like,
it's a loaded question,
yes,
but also not sure why.
Yes.
Like, what do you have against Jamali and me?
yeah,
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's a bit like
yeah. So I am
being
still very
baited, or like what was that about?
So I'm still very also confused in terms of how I should be feeling and acting as a colored woman in the industry. Bro, like, there's just so many possible to-dos and don't-dos when it comes to being colored and female in the industry that I'm just like just minus the race, bro. Like, I don't even want to think, I don't even want to speak about me being colored. Let's not speak about it at all because it shouldn't be a damn factor at all. Is my music good? Yes. So leave it at that, bro.
Absolutely. And do you represent your country? Do you love South Africa? Do different people vibe with your music? That's all that matters.
Exactly.
I just wanted your opinion on it more so because it's like an observation I've made that it's like colored people have been and are so impactful when it comes to music, the arts in general, like stand-up comedy, music. That's just like very impactful for the 8% of the country's population that you make up. It's disproportionately weighed. And it's something that you take notice. You're like, oh my God, there's a pattern here. Artistic folks, very much good at creativity, like very good storytellers. Fundamentally, like there's a lot of stories being told. And I think that's super cool.
It's actually cool that you said that because I do know a lot of the talented colored human beings that I come into contact with are more from Cape Town. And like the best singers, in my opinion, come from freaking Cape Town, bro. It's like, yo, where do you get that voice from? It's clearly something in the Cape Town air. but you said storytelling, and you get the, what is Mark Lottering? I don't know who else, but like a lot of the theater stuff as well. You see Cape Town, like the funny skits as well. I think it's like a barbershop type thingy majiggy. Storytelling. And it's funny because that's also one of my strong suits, is storytelling. I don't think it's a color thing. But yeah, the storytelling.
Even youngster, like,
Yes.
if you look at like his approach to lyricism, you really know like you enter the world that he's painting, and it's just like it stands out. You remember it, and again, as a non-South African person, it's just an observation that I've made. You know, it's just like, oh, there's definitely a pattern here. You know.
Yep.
Which brings us to our second last segment. It's called Explain.
Okay.
It's super easy. It's
Okay.
a round of rapid lava questions thrown your way. You don't think about it, just fucking answer them. It's super easy, lighthearted questions. How many covers do you think you've done?
Oh shit. Dude, when Facebook was the main social media platform is when I started covers. So
RIP.
good.
I'm joking. I know a lot of people are on there.
In total, I should have anywhere between 70 to 90. Could be somewhere there. Yeah.
That you've released?
Yeah. That's on
Guys.
Facebook, IG, and YouTube combined.
That doesn't mean done. Remember that.
Facts.
What's one unreasonable purchase you'd make with fuck you money?
More girls.
More growth. Love it. That's not that unreasonable, bro. You must
No, it
get
isn't.
more unreasonable than that.
Proper diamond shit, bro. Like all the diamonds.
Okay. You're a diamond gal.
Yes.
Waiting
And
to be
gold
unlocked.
diamond.
Gold diamond.
Yes. The combo.
Because I have a gold related question here. How many pair of gold earrings do you have?
I think you should be asking me how many pairs of silver earrings do I have, because I only have 2. Everything else is gold.
Yeah, but it's not a fun question.
Dude, I don't know how many pairs I have.
Yeah, that's how many she has. She's wearing 2 pairs right now simultaneously.
Facts.
Okay, rank the people of Joburg in what, like, from nicest to least nice. I don't know if you want to go north, east, west, whatever order you want to go, from nicest to least nice based off of area. I'm trying to see something.
What do you mean area?
North, east, west, out directions.
No, man, but I mean in terms of like Joburg.
Yes.
Oh.
Rank the people of Joburg
Nice.
from nicest to least nice.
I feel pressure. Why you guys looking at me like that?
It's because it's a loaded question and I'm hoping that you will tell people the right answer.
Thanks. Dude. Okay, from nicest. Okay. West.
Who are you
South.
defending?
Ish, guys, I'm gonna have to start with West, eh?
Okay.
West being the nicest. South following. I don't know anything about the East. Just that it's far and I don't want to go there because it's far. But certain north side. I'm going to say East first because I'm sure they're humble because they probably have lots of farms. And then north.
There you have it. There you have it. Who are these super nice people from the West? I'm not disagreeing. I know a few. It's just like, is it this overwhelming?
No, so because I grew up on that side.
Oh, you grew up on that side.
Yes.
Ah.
I grew up in the South and then, so primary school in the South,
I see.
high school in the West. High school and varsity in the West.
See.
So yeah,
I see. Okay, no, that makes sense. If she spent all of that time in the South, I think I know what her answer would be. I read the South, bro. I'm not even from South Africa. Yo. And like, also, just please tell people it's not far. While we
What?
have you.
The South.
The South.
subjective.
Subjective for sure, but people make it out to be like it's like Pretoria.
Yeah, they do. You,
Like,
yeah,
it's, like,
yeah,
it's not another city.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been? We have beautiful hills.
Wait, I want to hear how you rank it.
Oh, spicy. Okay. Not that far from yours. I would put South first just because, like, salt of the earth people across the board. And also, like, ethnically super diverse. I feel like you'll interact with, like, just like anyone from any different background in the South, and everyone's pretty nice. Then I would say also West, met so many nice people from the West. I'm not gonna put the North after that. I know every person from the East that I know is lovely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I get, like, the East has the airport though. I don't know if people at the airport are very nice. But we won't let OR Tambo be the thing. Because also, like, are people in Bedford nice? Like, is that a place where people, like, you expect people to be nice there?
Don't go there often enough to know.
Yeah? Yeah? Are they? Yeah? You rank it.
What?
What's your rank?
Of like
Yeah.
South number 1.
South?
Oof. What was the reason for ranking again?
Nice.
Just nice.
Least
Nice
nice.
people. Okay, then.
The South's winning all day.
Yeah.
The South's winning all day. If anyone has actually interacted with the South. It's hard.
just
It's
people being nice, I guess, like the North, you know, because they're like soft people.
Like, soft out.
Okay.
Like, does that make sense?
Point taken.
And the East Side, those looks are just rude, eh?
Is
They
it?
are?
Yeah, like they're just boots from Benoni, you know what I mean? Like, nice people.
We forgot Benoni.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay. We don't want to start a comment. We actually do want to start a comment war. So go for it, guys. Tear us to pieces. Oh, no. Okay, what is the key to a good stank face?
I don't know.
You are the master at expressions with your face.
Feeling.
This girl. Mine always tends towards silly goose. It's like no matter how hard, like, I'm trying to get this, but it gets silly goose. But you know, and it's the whole performance thing. Like, I saw you do that new Beyonce song, like, in your Levi's. And
Oh, yeah.
You had at least 40 different facial expressions, and each one I knew what it meant.
You're not wrong.
So what is it? What is it? Does it require self-Cav? Like, what is it?
I don't think so. I think it's driven by feeling.
Feeling. But I feel. I just, like, don't feel like it comes across.
Some people are just born with that face that says everything.
all right, Michaela. I was told by my mother that I had that face.
No, man.
The thing is,
No, man. You know those faces that just say stuff before
yeah,
you even say it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I get
I
you.
have one of those.
So, like, yeah, lie detection unnecessary. Understood. Okay, what camera do you use for your covers and video content?
Why do you want to give my secrets away?
Oh, do you think that gives it? Okay,
No, I'm
tell me
joking.
off camera.
I'm joking.
I want to know from you. That was from me.
I use a 750D. Yeah, Canon. I know, right? It's decent.
Dude, it's so good.
I bought that like 9 years ago, bro.
Bro, like, your videos look so crisp. I'm like, there's no way this is
you.
iPhone. There's no way.
Lighting, guys. Lighting is the key to all things good.
It's also like the transitions. Guys, please go check out her videos if you haven't yet. When I say she's a cinematographer, the way, like, she'll do, like, a simple makeup video, and I'm like, how much time did this take?
30 minutes.
No way.
1 minute
But
video.
From practice, though. Like, no, very, very solid. That's a grade return. Like, it'll take me ages.
The setting up is a different story, but the makeup is out. Like, once everything is set up.
Documenting it.
Yeah. So usually I'm sifting through a 30-minute video, yeah.
But, like, there's different angles and different...
Yeah.
Do you move it around?
Yeah, it's because I only have one camera.
Yeah, but that's amazing.
Yeah.
Patience me, no. A cover of which song landed you over 1 million views on YouTube? Guys,
Dude, it's
this
the
girl.
most embarrassing thing because I said his name wrong in that video.
No, man. What did you call him?
I call him Tori Lanez, bro. I called him Tori Lanez.
That had something to do with the views.
Maybe there's memes of me somewhere in the world.
Yes. Is it one of those names you hadn't heard before, so in your mind it was that? Like,
I really don't know why.
But guys, how brilliant is that? Like, A cover with 1.1 million views on YouTube.
Organically.
Organically.
Right.
Girl's been viral.
Insane.
Bro. That's amazing.
You know, I think that's also one of the videos that landed me. 7 days in LA. I was trained for 7 days by Michael Jackson's vocal coach.
What?
And I was in... I know.
Deep research couldn't uncover that one.
And the studio that Beyonce rehearses in was the dance studio I was getting dance lessons in. I was like, what?
Super chilled stuff.
What? Because of that.
I've done that like 3 times. That's amazing. When was this?
This was, I think in my second year of varsity, second or third year of varsity.
Yo, coolest kid in varsity, bro.
Right.
Like, what?
Bruh.
That's
So
amazing.
popular. No, I'm joking. That was like 2016, 2017.
So who flew you out?
Is it Amazon? Is Amazon a TV production show thingy majiggy? Yeah. So,
they're also, well, I mean, Amazon Prime
yes.
does have
Yes. So Amazon was putting a K-pop show, reality TV show together.
K-pop.
I know.
Okay. Seeing as nobody knows
Anything
about
to be
this, I
on
don't think
TV
it
and
took
on
off.
stage, bro.
Yeah.
So, but they were flying like different people out from different countries. So there's someone from France, someone from Germany, and I was someone from South Africa. And we were all going to learn how to be K-pop stars.
What?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
But what happened was, once I flew back home, Amazon pulled out with their funding or something with these guys. So the show never ever happened. So I was just 7 days in LA for fun.
Love that.
All
Love
expenses
that.
paid.
Wait, so they were gonna create a K-pop group of people not Korean?
Yes.
Not singing
Yes.
Korean?
Maybe singing Korean. I don't know. We didn't get that far to really know.
Brilliant as an idea because it's just quite funny. Jeff Bezos, thank you for flying the girl out anyway. So they hit you up based off of Tori Lanez, Tori Lanez video, and they're like, you're representing South Africa. This girl in competitions, hey, you just get selected for shit, making it look easy. People hit you up, guys, what's yours will not miss you.
Yeah.
That's also such an important life lesson.
So true.
And to end off this beautiful conversation, I want to ask you about one book that has changed your life.
I don't read.
Ever. Like, have you ever read a book that's changed your life?
I read one self-help book once in my life. Can't remember the title.
Mm-hmm.
It was 10 ways to do something. I don't know. But it made me get these tattoos. So one of the chapters... I don't read. I don't like books, bro. It gives me headaches. Anyway.
I respect that. I'm throwing you didn't hesitate. You didn't try The Alchemist.
No. Because I'd be lying
Bro,
to you,
people
bro.
say The Alchemist, not people on this show, because we chat to cool people.
Okay.
Yeah. Not to doom people in the future from saying The Alchemist. But I feel like it's like the book that like people who don't read cite as like the Bible of cool books, you know?
Yeah,
I'll give it to you if you want to read it.
I've heard about that book many a times. Still not
From
enticed.
people who don't read.
So one of the chapters in that book, the title of the chapter was "Be open to everything and attached to nothing." Oh my gosh, that's so profound.
Be open to everything and attached to nothing.
That's why I got these arrows on my little pinky fingers.
Well, why arrows?
Because one points what comes to me, what is for me will be for me. If it isn't, it leaves.
What? And we just spoke about that. Oh my God.
Exactly.
Love it. Mikhalé Jones, you're a legend. I've had so much fun chatting to you. It's been so real. And full circle, you are here. You are a good sport. You're the best sport ever. So much love for you.
Thank you so much for finally doing this, like sticking to your commitment to self, first of all.
Thank you.
And then second of all,
Self-Cav
yes.
accomplished.
And then having me part of this. This is really cool, man. I absolutely love visuals and everything. So cool.
Thank you so much, my girl.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Team effort.
Shout out.
If you think you know a good sport with an inspirational attitude and story, hit me up. Please remember to like and subscribe so myself and Aiden work even harder to bring you more good sports and amazing guests.